Well, tomorrow is a breath away, and I am packed, but as best as I can. That I'm not taking with me. It's gonna get put in storage. And in the morning, I turn toward Trenton. The Atlantic, being a literal block away, I'm gonna see a lot of America in the next 3 months, man. A lot of America. As far west as Minnesota. So like I said, we're gonna move towards Trenton, and from Trenton I will pick up the Delaware River. There's a series of trails to Easton, PA, Allentown. I might skirt over to Harrisburg and then Hershey area. Family and friend out in that direction, and then get back on the loop, head up towards Scranton. Another series of trails up through northern PA. Take on central/eastern, or rather western, central/western upstate New York. Go straight up from that part into upstate, going straight up to Rochester. They'll pick up the first lake, pick up Lake Ontario, and from there, I don't need a map. And just follow them damn lakes. Go to Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls, Buffalo, back inland just a little bit, and then turn towards Erie, PA, cut through that little top part of Pennsylvania in between upstate New York and Ohio. Then comes Cleveland. Cleveland comes Toledo. You take Detroit. I pick up a series of trails all the way across the lower peninsula. So I'll go from that side of Lake Erie to very familiar shores of Lake Michigan and my old stomping grounds. Be as close to home as I get until this is all finished. Will not touch Lake Michigan following Lake Erie. Lake Michigan I save for last. Instead, skirt under Lake Michigan, cut back into Indiana, where I know a trail network that on foot, and it was only 3 days, just outside of Michigan City to the Illinois-Indiana border. So on a bike, that's probably only going to take a day, easily. From there, after pushing through the dreaded Gary, Indiana, next comes Chicago. You got Milwaukee, then I turn towards Madison, you got Minneapolis, you got Duluth, and now you've got the westmost point of Lake Superior, and that's gonna be a feat, man. Never been that close to Superior. I've been in visual range, but I've never touched Lake Superior with my own hands until then. So at that point, if you've been paying attention, we first took O, second we got E, now we've got S. So next comes Lake Huron. And so from Duluth, he cut through North Wisconsin and right into the Upper Peninsula, where things are going to get rough. Hilly, cold, big bugs, a lot of dead zones as far as service goes. So I've told a few friends that if I don't ping after 4 days, I am either in a dead zone or something bad happened. And you should look at previous and most recent updates as to where I am and where would be the most wise to set up a search pattern. Real talk. Anything from wildlife to a serial killer to just a drunk driver, somebody texting as they're driving. You know, any of the above can be a factor when you do something like this. Doesn't matter if you're on foot or if you're on bike. There are slight to moderate risks when it comes to nomad tripping, but it's never been an issue. I've never encountered anybody that's really made me feel threatened, and the only thing as far as the wildlife goes was rural Ohio. I'm getting circled by a bunch of dogs one night, and that was during COVID, and I know it was some wild dogs because I was informed by the locals that very woods is infested with them, and you're lucky. So that was it. That was the only time it's ever really been an issue. So anyway, once I get into the UP, by then, hopefully we're pushing close to Labor Day. Cross the Mackinac Bridge, the only time you can do that is Labor Day. I've said this a dozen times, but we're just rehashing because So committed to memory it is. So Labor Day cross Mackinac Bridge, make for Lake Huron, and that spells hose, which isn't a very good acronym. This is Holmes Lake after all, so turn to Lake Michigan to a very specific spot. That I reserve that story for just me and those who know about it. And since I'm putting that on YouTube, as I'm slowly starting to gain a following, apparently. If you hear from my drum, you're not going to hear it again, so at least not for a few months. Sorry. In any case, finish on Lake Michigan. Now you've spelled Holmes, and that is so that's what's about to happen in a nutshell, man. That's Op Holmes Lake. This is the 6th attempt. Twice injured in the previous 5. So there's a degree of this is very much personal, but there's more to it than that. And stay tuned. You'll get that part of the story soon enough.